Welcome back to AI Headlines. We kick off today with a historic funding round in the open source world. DeepSeek is reportedly closing a massive 50 billion yuan funding round that's roughly $7 billion even wider. The founder is committing nearly $3 billion of his money, with fewer than 10 outside investors making up the rest. The round is expected to close within the next couple of weeks. While DeepSeek accelerates, Meta is hitting the brakes. Insiders report that Meta has indefinitely delayed the developer release of its highly anticipated AI model, Muse Spark. The model is rumored to go head-to-head with OpenAI and Anthropic, but Meta is holding back to run more partner API tests. This delay raises massive questions about how quickly Meta can start monetizing its multi-billion-dollar infrastructure investments. Now for your first tool spotlight, OpenClaw. If you are tired of basic chatbots, this open source autonomous agent is taking the developers market by storm, exploding past 100,000 GitHub stars. OpenClaw runs entirely locally on your operating system, executing terminal commands, reading files, and handling entire development pipelines without relying on cloud APIs. Moving on to corporate strategy. Anthropic is officially gearing up to go public. The company has quietly filed for an IPO slated for this fall. To show Wall Street they can scale enterprise revenue, they have massively expanded their cloud partner network, giving third-party sellers the credibility needed to deploy cloud straight into Fortune 500 workflows. OpenAI, on the other hand, isn't content with just software. They just led a major investment round for Opal Electronics. For those of you who know what Opal is shifting away from webcam to build AI-native physical devices specifically tailored for creative professionals. Even though OpenAI internal ambient computing project is facing delays, this hardware bet shows exactly where they think the market is moving. If you want a model to run on that hardware, look at DeepSeek V4. Released just this past March, this open-weight powerhouse drops full native multimodal support for text, images, and videos in a single model. It features a massive 1 million token context window while cutting cloud computing costs completely in half. And in a brutal critique of corporate culture, NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang openly called tech executives lazy if they blame AI for recent layoffs. Huang argued that using artificial intelligence as a scapegoat to slash jobs makes zero fundamental business sense, as AI should be used to increase worker leverage, not replace them. However, or despite Jensen's word, the data tells a harsher story. The US labor market took a severe hit in May 2026, with employers announcing over 97,000 job cuts. The technology sector bore the brunt of the damage, and for the third consecutive month, artificial intelligence has officially cited as the number one reason for the corporate downsizing. For creators trying to pivot in this market, Google just dropped Flow Studio, and that at the latest I/O event. This is powered by the brand new Veo 3.1 engine. Flow Studio is a browser-based movie production suite. It allows you to maintain exact character consistency, swap faces seamlessly, and generate high-fidelity short-form videos with absolute control. OpenAI has officially fired back in the model wars with the unannounced launch of GPT 5.5. This model represents their most capable architecture to date, showing massive vertical leap in agentic coding, multi-step problem solving, and direct computer use capabilities that completely rewrites previous benchmarks. Over at Anthropic, the team had to perform emergency damage control. They publicly admitted that 3 internal software updates accidentally degraded Claude's reasoning quality over the past month. They have officially rolled back the changes and promise significant more rigorous testing before pushing cloud updates in the future. If you want to orchestrate these models without writing code, the market is flocking to Gumloop. It provides a drag and drop visual canvas that allows you to link complex web scrapers, data storage, and various foundational LLMs into hyper efficient pipelines, perfect for content repurposing and research. AI is rapidly taking over physical mechanics. Sony AI has just unveiled Project Ace as autonomous table tennis robot. Driven entirely by advanced reinforcement learning, the robot's visual sensors and motor actuators react so quickly that it is now actively defeating professional human players in live match trials. Elon Musk, as usual, shocked the hardware world by announcing that Tesla is partnering directly with Intel to manufacture custom AI silicons at scale. Tesla will rely on Intel's bleeding edge, unreleased 14A manufacturing process in a massive infrastructure project Musk is calling as Terafab. On the software side of hardware optimization, Inception just launched Mercury 2. This tool completely abandons the traditional token-by-token generation architecture for a brand new diffusion method, generating full block of data simultaneously and boosting real-time reasoning speed by a massive 11x. Microsoft, on the other hand, is pushing agentic workflow to the masses. They just launched an upgraded Copilot for Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Moving past simple text generation, this AI agent can actively restructure databases, build full slide decks from scratch, and modify corporate spreadsheets completely autonomously. And Microsoft isn't slowing down their global expansion. The tech giant just announced a massive $18 billion investment to scale up AI compute and Azure cloud infrastructure in Australia. The plan stretches out to 2029 and includes a massive initiative to train 3 million citizens in AI engineering. For marketers looking to capture this growth, Google Labs just launched Pomele. This tool instantly builds a comprehensive business DNA profile by scraping any website URL to extract fonts, styling, and tone. It then uses that data to automatically generate highly optimized social media content in seconds. In another massive restructuring story, Cloudflare's CEO just announced a sweeping 20% layoff, cutting roughly 1,000 corporate roles. In a direct op-ed, the CEO laid the blame entirely on internal AI efficiencies, stating that automated code and support agents have reduced their dependency on manual labor. Google, on the other hand, is fundamentally altering how the world browses the web. They are deploying advanced AI agents directly into Google Search via a feature codenamed Anti-Gravity. Google's I/O conference was completely dominated by a release of Gemini Omni, the new native any-to-any model that processes text, audio, and video in real time. Alongside it, they dropped Gemini 3.5 Flash, an incredibly cheap, high-speed model optimized for ultra-low latency agent loops. Over in Washington, policy is adapting rapidly. President Donald Trump has officially signed a sweeping executive order focused on national AI cybersecurity. The directive establishes a centralized AI clearinghouse designed to automatically discover and patch infrastructure software's vulnerabilities at an unprecedented scale. Microsoft is matching the open source movement by heavily integrating Scout into the enterprise ecosystem. Built on top of local agentic infrastructure, Scout operates as an always-on assistant inside the Windows kernel, allowing local models to draft emails, analyze files, and execute multi-app tasks completely offline. Europe, on the other hand, is making a bold stand against American and Chinese tech dominance. The European Commission has officially put forward its technological sovereignty package. This legal and economic initiative forces the development of fully independent, secure continental infrastructure for cloud hosting, semiconductor chips, and AI safety models. To fund all of this, the numbers are hitting astronomical heights. A new global macroeconomic report from Goldman Sachs projects that big tech cumulative spendings on AI infrastructure will reach an ungodly $5.3 trillion by 2030. To put that in perspective, that single infrastructure bill outspends the entire annual GDP of Japan, which is the fourth largest economy in the world. Managing that massive scale requires multi-agent coordination, which is where Kimi K2.5 steps in. Released by Moonshot AI, this model runs a native feature called an agent swarm. It coordinates up to 100 specialized subagents working in parallel, allowing it to complete massive developers or analytical tasks 4.5 times faster than standard models. Venture capital is flowing directly into replacing manual operations now. Startup Pit has successfully closed a $35 million Series A rounded by Andreessen Horowitz. Founded by high-profile Robinhood alumni, Pit is an engineered, out-of-the-box AI agent built specifically to handle complex, manual back-office corporate workflows end-to-end. And our final news story brings a wild shift to physical supply chains. Alithyon has raised $8 million to scale its optical AI tech called FeaturePrint. FeaturePrint uses advanced computer vision to identify luxury goods and industrial equipment entirely by reading microscopic surface variations, completely eliminating the need for physical barcodes or RFID tags. And to wrap up today's show, let's talk about a tool fixing corporate meetings, Granola. Instead of just outputting massive unreadable transcript walls, Granola overlays your live corporate meetings audio more like more own brief manual notes, generating context aware customized summaries that look exactly like you wrote them yourself.